Hi, you guys. Welcome to Curb Your Cravings. I am excited to do this presentation for you guys today. It's going to be a quick, short 5 minutes of chat. Feel free to type your questions in that chat box right there if you have any, or send them to me via email. I'll check that right before we jump off. But otherwise, let's get started. So, cravings, we all experience them. Um, I have a lot of tips and suggestions, but and only things that you find that work for you are going to work for you. There's no solution to fixing it for everyone. So, I'm going to list off a bunch of tips that I have curated from some good research, and you can take or leave whatever works for you. So, first things first, eat something healthy. I know that sounds so cliche, but the hungrier you are and the longer you wait to feed yourself, the more easily you're going to indulge upon those naughty foods or things that you're trying not to consume. So if you get a craving in your head for ice cream or whatever your fix is, take the time to notice if you're actually hungry and fuel your body with something that's going to do something for you. Find a food, a snack that has some nutrients, get a carb and a protein in there, mix them together so that you feel full and you feel satisfied and you're less willing to indulge in large quantities upon the craved food. Speaking of that, eat less of the craved food. If you have it, make that switch to just consume a little bit each time you're going to eat it rather than going all in. It's a lot easier to take in a couple calories and not feel so bad about it than to eat an entire bag of chips and just sit there in self-loathing. We've all done that. So take time to either pre-portion it out or read the label and consume whatever the recommended serving is of the craved food. Um, that is to be said if you have it in your house. Here's my next tip is don't buy it. If you can, try to avoid purchasing whatever it is that gets you every time. For me, it's chocolate covered pretzels. I can eat them right out of the bag and finish the whole thing. But if I don't buy them, it's a lot better off. Or if I purchase something that satisfies my need for whatever that is, like a healthier trail mix that gets that sweet and the salty, I'll feel a lot better in the long run. So if you can distance yourself physically from the place of the craved food, whether that's the store or your pantry, that will help a lot. That brings me to substitute for a healthier option. So that kind of goes into Tiffany's emotional eating. You need to realize what exactly you're looking for. So, are you looking for something sweet? Are you looking for something crunchy or something just to munch on? And what's a better option for that? So, a lot of times, people who are looking for something salty and crunchy, popcorn is a great go to, really low in calories, and you can eat a lot of it until you build up a whole lot of calories. So that's a really good one if you're craving something to eat for a while or something that's salty. And fruit is oftentimes a really good one, maybe even like drizzle a little bit of chocolate on it or something that will make it feel like it's satisfying your craving. But it's just really not so bad. Fruit is an awesome thing and provides that satiation for the sweetness. Another tip is to drink a lot of water. Our bodies don't usually tell us when we're thirsty, so we need to be proactive about that, and that can help with feelings of fullness. Avoid getting too hungry, like I said, that can definitely allow you to overeat, especially in the bad way. Plan ahead, make sure that you have your food set out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or at least you have a mental plan of what you're going to have. Um, get moving or take a power nap. So sometimes that redirection can really help to diminish a craving, at least postpone it. And then that can redirect your attention into something that's more positive, maybe a 10-minute walk or a power nap. You might just be really tired. Sometimes our bodies tell us things in ways that aren't direct. So make sure that you're managing your stress levels, make sure that you're managing your sleep patterns, make sure you're drinking enough water. I have seen a meme go around that is like, make sure you get sunlight, make sure you get water, because you're basically a plant with more complicated emotions. So take inventory of your emotions, take inventory of what you've been doing to treat your body right, and make sure that you're encompassing all aspects because that could be what's leading you to crave those bad foods. We are at our 5 minutes. I have a couple more for you, so bear with me. Brush your teeth. This one gets me every time. I always crave a late night snack after my dinner. I don't know what it is. I eat a full dinner that has the fruits and the vegetables and the carbs and the proteins, and then I just want junk food, even though I'm full. I'm just craving that sweet taste. If I go brush my teeth, I don't want to ruin a clean mouth. I don't want to have to brush and floss all over again. So that's a way that you can kind of mentally trick yourself like, okay, I'm done. I don't need anything else. If I'm still craving it tomorrow, maybe I'll have something then. But again, go back to that pre-portioned item. Put a couple pieces of chocolate in a bag for when you have those moments or whatever it is. And then, as a last resort, you can gut it out. This is one for the mentally tough. Sit there and look at it and tell yourself, I am better than this. I don't need to eat that food. What is happening in my mind that's making me want that? And what can I do to redirect my attention or address the stress that made me want that, or address whatever emotion came up that made me feel like I need an extra glass of wine or I need that ice cream that's in the fridge. See if there's a more positive way that you can take care of what you're craving because it might not be a physical want. And somebody had asked me about sweets. So, my answer to challenging with craving sweets is that the more you eat it, the more you're going to want it. So, like I said, pre portioning out small bits will make you feel better, especially if you're food tracking and you don't want to write it down. That helps me a lot of the time, is making sure that if I'm writing down everything that I consume, I don't wanna write down that I had a whole bag of chips. I don't wanna write down that I ate 5 brownies or whatever it is that was the thing that day. So, pre-portion out your foods, especially the ones that you have in the pantry that are challenging for you, and just be mindful about what's happening in your mind, what's happening in your body that's making you feel like you need that certain food. So that is all the tips I have for you guys today. I hope that there is something that you can take from this and run with it and make your wellness overall better. If you guys have any questions, I don't see any in the chat box, but if you do have any questions, you know how to find us. Please absolutely reach out on our Facebook page or send us a direct email. We are happy to address whatever challenges you guys are trying to overcome from home and be here as a support system for you. So, thank you so much for tuning in to this nutrition share session. We will be back tomorrow for one last presentation at 3:15, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. Have a good day.